Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Larissa L and you are watching my YouTube channel Parker Kate, where I feature lifestyle, beauty, and fashion videos. And in today's video, we are more on a serious note than I would normally talk to you guys about. Elephant out of the room, this is a swatch on my wall. We're going to be painting this wall that color, so in case you're wondering or it's really bugging you, it might be there for a little bit more. So if you're new to my channel or you're returning to my channel, I am a certified makeup artist and a content creator on YouTube. I am not monetized at this current time, and I am not using this topic of this pandemic to gain any following. I am not using it to fearmonger or create anxiety in any way, shape, or form. I just wanted to come on here as a person, as a makeup artist, and basically as a consumer, and go over some stuff with you guys as far as makeup and buying makeup, makeup sanitization. So from a makeup artist point of view, from a consumer point of view, and also just from a content creator point of view. And what I mean by a content creator point of view is today's video was not the video I wanted to put up. I was going to put up the new review on the Charlotte Tilbury quads that came out. That video is still coming. But first and foremost, I don't want to seem insensitive. Like, I wasn't going to mention that we're going through something as a community here, not just on YouTube, but around the world because of this pandemic. Now, because it is still very small in numbers, it doesn't really mean that it's not a situation that you should ignore or not be concerned about. So I'm not saying you need to listen to me. I'm not saying anything in this video. I'm just saying to you, use your own discretion, listen to your health officials. This is more of a guideline, just as a consumer and then as a makeup artist, from sanitation purposes, that you guys can kind of follow along just to make sure you stay a little bit safer within the realm of purchasing makeup, getting makeup done, all that fun stuff. Now back to what I said. As a content creator, I didn't want to seem insensitive by posting a makeup review when makeup and all these materialistic things are wants, they're not needs, and they're not something that you should, it's not something that I kind of feel guilty about promoting almost, or not promoting, but reviewing. But I know when I'm stressed out, I like to go on YouTube and I like to watch makeup tutorials, which leads me into the segue of my content. So if you are a new subscriber or returning subscriber, I want to know what you guys want to see from me. Do you want to see makeup reviews, or are they insensitive? Do you want to see me doing tutorials and just giving you my thoughts? Do you want to see content that's maybe geared not towards makeup? Like, let me know and I will try my very best, because I don't want to seem insensitive. I don't want to seem out of touch with reality or out of touch with my audience, especially going around with everything happening right now. So leave a comment below, please, and let me know what kind of content you want to see from me. If you still want to see makeup reviews, if you want me to just review the product and do a makeup tutorial, just talk to you guys, just have a very relaxing kind of chit-chat video, or just whatever you want to see, let me know, because I'm kind of stuck right now. I don't really know which, for me, morally is the right way to go. I still want to post my reviews, but I think I'm going to be changing the end of it, where I'm not going to be saying go ahead and buy it. I'm just going to be saying yes, I recommend it. Just because I recommend it doesn't mean I'm saying to you as a consumer, go and buy it. I'm just giving you my honest opinion as a makeup artist if I truly like that product. I do a lot of Charlotte Tilbury on my channel. It's probably one of my most requested and watched videos, and I have a couple videos coming out maybe next week, maybe this weekend. But I'm going to be changing some of those and adding some pieces in just to make it seem more relatable and not so out of touch with what's going on right now. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about why I'm making this video. So I've received a couple emails, as many consumers have, because I want to take this from a consumer point of view first, and then I will go into a makeup artist point of view, about purchasing makeup from places like Sephora and Morphe and MAC. And Morphe said that they, like Sephora, are not right now doing like their makeovers. They're not doing any makeup applications in store. Sephora said that they are ramping up, cleaning up their products that you can swatch and demo, and Morphe said that they are for display purposes only. Now, as a consumer, I think that I would take Morphe's route and I wouldn't be swatching any products because it is very hard to disinfect makeup, especially when you have people constantly putting their fingers in, swatching it. Even if you use a disposable applicator, even if they are getting sanitized regularly, even if you are using an alcohol swab, personally, as a consumer, I don't want to do it and I don't think you guys should do it. But again, how you live your life, the way that you want to swatch makeup is completely up to you. I like Morphe's stance on it where it's a look and don't touch, because it's very hard to sanitize powders, especially eyeshadows. As a makeup artist, you're trained to sanitize your eyeshadows by taking tissue and wiping off the first layer of powder in between clients. And to me, using a tissue is not going to disinfect it. And then if you are taking a disinfectant and you're applying it, now you've got extra chemicals there, which obviously make it disinfected, but it's going to ruin the actual product itself. So just as a word of caution, don't swatch anything, just look and make sure when you are buying things that they are packaged properly and that you are sanitizing your hands when you are using things like the terminals for the credit cards, when you're touching money, that the people working there are sanitizing their hands, that nobody's kind of like coughing all over like packaging. That's just kind of my stance on it as a consumer. Now, I know the first thought that comes to mind when there's a pandemic, you're not going to go ahead and buy makeup. Like, materialistic things are the first thing to go, which is fine. Like, it's a want, it's not a need. And right now you need to focus on things that you need, especially you need in your house. You need food, you need water, you need clothing, you need the essentials of life. And makeup really is not an essential of life. So again, watch what you're spending, watch if you really need this makeup right now, because guaranteed they will have the same products available in a couple months as they do now, especially with this pandemic slowing everything down. Now that that is out of the way, like I said, this is a guide. Proceed however you see fit. Swatch whatever you want. Don't swatch. Look, it's completely up to you. Just be a little bit more cautious about it. Now, as a makeup artist, I have canceled my clients. I've canceled all of them pretty much until May, just because I am currently living in a household with somebody who's high risk, and I don't ever want to put them in a situation that's going to make them sick. And I also want to protect my clientele, and I want to protect, you know, the money that I have invested in a lot of my products, because it's really hard to clean products. And I'm not saying that you can't clean your products, that getting makeup done by a makeup artist is going to be unsanitary. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, as a makeup artist and as a consumer, getting your makeup done, with like for a wedding or prom, if those are not going to be canceled, like again, I don't know, it depends on your region, what your healthcare team is saying. Just be a little bit weary about it. So the first thing, if you are going to be getting your makeup done, or if you are doing makeup, make sure that you are around somebody that is sanitizing their hands. So you want to see your makeup artist sanitize their hands after every client and before they start working on you. That's just the basics, or washing their hands with hot water and soap. You want to make sure that the tools that your makeup artist is using are not really going to be beauty blenders. There's no way to really sanitize a beauty blender 100%. It's going to be hard to do that. So my recommendation is bringing your own beauty blender or using something like disposable makeup sponges. These are great. You can wet them, you can use them dry. When you're done, just bye-bye, pop them out. Also use applicators like Q-tips, use disposable scoops, disposable mascara wands. And when you are putting product or taking products from a container and putting it or applying it to your client, don't be applying it on the back of your hand. I know this is common with a lot of makeup artists. I used to do it too. I would just take the foundation and put it on the back of my hand, take my brush in, and then apply it that way. I would actually go ahead and get a plate. They are these stainless steel sanitization plates that you can use, and they come with little scoops. You can use this specifically for each client, and you can just put your sample of your makeup on there, especially if you're going to be using a cream base or a putty based product. That way you're risking the contact between the actual your skin and the client. And then make sure in between each client that you are sanitizing and cleaning that surface with alcohol. Now, as far as makeup brushes go, you also want to be using alcohol to sanitize your makeup brushes. And alcohol, I think the 70%, the rubbing alcohol, is probably the one that is going to ruin your brushes. So if you are a makeup artist, go out and buy a cheap set of synthetic makeup brushes and use those for the time being. They'll be easier to clean, and the brush, like the bristles on the brush, will get ruined because the alcohol will dry them out, but at least this way you're not using your very expensive brushes. Now, if you can, try to use cream products. What I mean by that is products that come, cream or liquid that come in a tube. So something like a highlighter or a concealer that you can squeeze out onto the application surface. I don't have my little plate with me right now. So that's probably the best way to apply makeup, is kind of things that come in tubes and pump applicators. Now, if you have powders, pressed powders, again, there's really no way to kind of sanitize pressed powders 100%. So you can scrape off some pressed powders into a bowl, or you can use loose translucent or loose powders. This one is just a bronzer. So instead of dumping it into the lid, go ahead and dump it into a bowl and then sanitize the bowl and apply it to your client that way. Now, as far as using cream products that you have to scoop out, use a disposable applicator scoop, or use something that you can sanitize right away and don't double dip between the product, the sanitization plate that you're using, and the client. And that's just the best way to avoid cross-contamination. Now, as far as things like mascara goes, go ahead and don't ever let your clients use the actual mascara tube. Get disposable wands. You can get a bunch of these on Amazon, I think for like 10 bucks, or even like 250 of them. And don't let your client double dip. Always hand them a new brush, especially for multiple applications of mascara. Things such as lip liners and eyeliners, they tell you to sanitize them by wiping them off with alcohol and sharpening them. I would avoid using pencils right now, just because it's not that easy to disinfect them. So if you're going to use something like a cream lipstick that you can take a disposable applicator in, apply it to your sanitization plate, and then use on your client that way, or have them bring their own lip liners and lipsticks. Same thing goes for eyeliner. If you're going to be applying an eyeliner, use a eyeliner that is like a gel that you can transfer safely to a sanitized spot and then apply it to your client that way. How you choose to sanitize and apply products to your clients are completely up to you. This is just a guideline on how, if I was doing makeup right now, which I'm not, I would be doing for my clients. And then make sure to disinfect all surface areas in between your clients. So especially if you're putting things down on tables, disinfect your table, disinfect your lid, disinfect your products, disinfect your brushes, disinfect your plates, and make sure you're using disposable products like sponges and applicators. That way you are limiting cross-contamination. You can also wear the N95 masks and gloves. These are just my guidelines on how to buy makeup, how to apply makeup as a consumer and both a makeup artist. And then as a content creator, I didn't want to seem insensitive by pushing product, but I want to make content that you guys are going to want to watch, and that's going to be relaxing and not triggering or not insensitive. So leave a comment down below and let me know about that. Then just as somebody, as a community member in your own community, go ahead and check on people that maybe don't drive, that are elderly, maybe need help getting around. Go and see if they need groceries brought to them, or if somebody is in quarantine, go ahead and buy groceries and leave it on their porch and then exchange money through e-transfer. Like, there's lots of ways that you can help your community. The best thing to do right now is not to panic, not to overbuy, but just make sure you have the basic essential needs for your household, that you're being mindful of your own sanitization, whether or not having hand sanitizer, washing your hands constantly, wiping off your phone with a disinfectant as soon as you get in the house. Don't bring your phone into bathrooms with you. I know some people do that, and there's a lot of germs in bathrooms. Washing your hands before you go into the washroom and when you come out, and always using the paper towel if you have taps to turn the taps on and off. Anyways, that's just some of my guidelines, some of my tips and tricks, and just kind of wanted to touch base with you guys as just a person going through the same thing that we're all going through. And I know it's very scary and it can be anxiety. So if you could limit your contact with reading news articles, with being super focused on the numbers, because I think there's like 6 billion people on this planet, and the overall number of people who are currently sick is very, very low compared to that. But just try to do what you can do to stop the spread. Try to be more mindful and help out and keep an eye on people. And if you are sick or have symptoms, avoid people that have underlying illnesses, and maybe stay away from people like grandparents, or wear gloves and masks, and maybe self-quarantine if you think that you are getting sick. Again, I really hope that you all are going to be okay and that you're doing well and that we all kind of do our part. And again, this was not to fearmonger or gain subscribers or ride any kind of like COVID trend or anything. I'm not monetized on YouTube, as my voice is going. I just want to make sure that I'm connecting with you guys, that you guys are aware of certain steps or certain things that people can be following to prevent the spread, what you can do, especially if you still like buying makeup and you're going to buy makeup. Just sampling the makeup or testing the makeup, just be mindful when you're doing that. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and next time I will see you will be with a much happier video. So I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.